Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change.
Hello, what? Let me scoot over. Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I am so sorry if you can hear my heater. And my camera seems really fuzzy. I don't know if we can fix that. I don't think we can. So we're just gonna deal with a really fuzzy picture. The audio is what's most important. I've got 3 months worth of ballot access news to catch up on here. So we're not obviously going to go through all of them, like every article. Man, this fuzzy thing is really driving me crazy. I had to reboot my computer right before and it apparently stuck on the autofocus. We're gonna deal with it though. God, am I tired today. So we're just gonna go over some highlighted articles, but there's some super interesting stuff in here. Along the bottom is my Patreon. Maybe if I had more patrons, I could have a clear picture. No, normally the picture is quite clear. There's just some glitch. But patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. And as always, all super chats matter. That's all we're going to do for grifting today. There is a special LNC meeting this weekend. We're going to be going over tomorrow for our LNC update. We're going to go over what's going to happen on Saturday. Well, what's on the agenda for Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen. And what is so far planned to be on the agenda for the in-person Alexandria meeting. And great, look, a software update wants to start. No, you don't. No, go away. Okay, hopefully that screen won't automatically do another update. And we'll go over at least what's anticipated to be on the agenda for the Alexandria in-person meeting, which is the following weekend, which is one reason I'm so tired. There's a lot for the secretary to do in the week leading up to an in-person meeting, or the couple weeks leading up to it. And then having a special LNC meeting this Saturday just makes it all the tougher. So that's why I'm looking a little ragged. Hopefully it'll get better. It'll definitely get better after the meetings, but you know, I continue my commitment to you guys to do the shows. So we've got April, May, and June, and I've kind of scanned through them and picked out what I thought would be the most interesting articles for at least libertarian people. So the April one, and I think I have the least in this. It's the oldest one, and I just picked out a few things on the back page. Right, it says, and I wrote to Richard Winger about this. It said, he's the one who puts this out, that the Republican 2024 National Convention has been selected. It will be in either Milwaukee or Nashville. But what interested me, he said, no other party so far has made any decision about its convention location. That's not true. The LP did their 2024. We signed the contract in 2020. It's going to be in DC. It's unusual for us to sign a contract that far ahead of time, but we did. So I don't think Richard was aware of that. So I wrote him and let him know. Last thing, let's see. The Forward Party, which I want to start covering a lot more of. You know, I'm always interested in opposition research and in upstart third party. So the Forward Party, founded by Andrew Yang, has said it will petition to place at least one nominee on the Minnesota ballot. Corey Hepela will be the gubernatorial nominee. The petitioning period only lasts 2 weeks in May. The petition requirement is 2,000. I wonder if he made the ballot. I'm going to look up his name. I'd be very interested. I'm sure anyone who went to Freedom Fest knows, because Yang was there from what I understand. But let's look up Corey Hepela. And let's see if it says if he made the ballot. Corey Hepela ballot. Let's see. No. It says it is unclear whether he gathered enough signatures, and 2,000 in 2 weeks is doable. It's tough, but it's doable. But it says he ended his campaign. Well, alrighty then. That was short-lived. I just learned about it, and I just learned it ended. All right, so that was really all I selected out. We have more for May and June, quite obviously. We've got related articles in May and June that I'm going to read together in Howdy, Libertarian 2A. And this is Georgia ballot access lawsuit of Cowan versus Raffensperger. You might recognize the name Cowan. That's Martin Cowan, who is the Region 2 representative on the LNC. Well, he's involved in a ballot access lawsuit. It is going to, well, I'm not going to say it's going to the Supreme Court. Whether the Supreme Court hears it or not is another matter. LNC Council is filing an amicus curiae, so, you know, there's a certiorari to the Supreme Court, but whether they take it up or not is another matter. So in the May issue, it says New Hope for Georgia ballot access lawsuit. April 12th, U.S. District Court Judge Lee May reopened Cowan versus Raffensperger. This is the lawsuit filed by the Georgia Libertarian Party, again, it's really the Libertarian Party of Georgia, against the 5% petition for U.S. House candidates who are not Republicans or Democrats. She determined that part of the case, my nose is itchy today, I don't know why. Hello, Julian, it's been so long since you've been on one of my live streams. Okay, she determined that part of the case had never been adjudicated, and she set a briefing schedule for it. The issue to be briefed is whether the law, passed in 1943, had been passed with discriminatory intent. That I could be wrong. Maybe this isn't going to the Supreme Court. Maybe it's just staying with, right now, the district court. We'll learn maybe in the June issue. I could be mistaken there. I know we are filing an amicus at some court. I'm tired. The evidence show that the law was passed in order to block the Communist Party from the ballot in 1943. Before 1943, Georgia permitted any party to be on the ballot with no petition and no filing fee, and under that lenient standard, the Communist Party had been on in Georgia for the first time in 1928. The main issue in the case, the First Amendment part, had been won by the Libertarian Party in 2019, but then the 11th Circuit this year had reversed. On March 31st, the 11th Circuit refused to reconsider its decision. The law is the most severe ballot access barrier in the United States. You know, you do something to get at the commies, and then the Libertarians got screwed over. No minor party candidate has completed a 5% petition of the number of registered voters. That is a lot for U.S. House in any state in the history of the nation. The evidence shows at least 20 candidates in Georgia had tried and all had failed. Yet the 11th Circuit had ruled it is not severe. That makes me so angry. The reopened part of the case will be on hold until the Libertarian Party first asks it is going to the Supreme Court to reverse the 11th Circuit. God, I hope that happens. And let me see what else I selected for May. A couple things on the back cover. Oh, let me go to where it continues talking about the Cowan case in June, because there's another thing like that in the back of the May one. Let me find it. So the deadline for the Georgia Libertarian Party to file its cert petition is July 29th. I don't think it's July 29th. I think it's the end of August. Hold on. Oh no, it's cert. Derp. Amicus is later. No, that I'm sure is correct for the cert. Never mind. Attempts will be made to obtain amici briefs from organizations that normally do not get involved with ballot access. Well, we're also doing one, and we do get involved, such as the Reason Foundation and the Institute for Free Speech. All right. Now let's go to the back cover. And hello, Timothy, of May. So it's going to talk about Alaska. Alaska has top 4. Boo hiss. All right. Alaska's special election will test new top 4 system. Congressman Don Young of Alaska died on March 18th. Alaska will hold a special election to fill the vacancy on June 11th. Under the new system created in November 2020, there are no party nominees. Candidates file as individuals, although the party they are registered in is listed on the ballot. The top 4 will then run on August 16th, and in the August election, but not the June election, ranked choice voting will be used. Huh. I don't get it. How is it not in June? They fill the vacancy in June. I think this is written wrong. Hello, JJ. But anyway, let's continue. And it talks about a whole number of candidates filed, and it says, Richard Winger says, it seems obvious that no minor party candidate will qualify for the ballot. Then it continues over into June. And let's find it, because there's another article here on Alaska, but it's not about top 4. Aha! Sucks to be them, what I'm about to read. Alaska Democrats fear being excluded in U.S. House special election. Boo! Your tears are delicious and your parties will die. Alaska uses its top 4 system for the first time on June 11th in a special election for U.S. House. Polls show that the top that the 4 top candidates will be 2 Republicans and 2 independents. If this happens, no Democrat will be on the August ballot for this office. Boomerang. Crimea River. I don't know what that feels like at all to be excluded from the ballot. Not at all. Okay, and the last article from the May Ballot Access News. No Democrat is running for U.S. House from South Dakota. Great opportunity for Libertarians. For the second election in a row, no Democrat filed in South Dakota to run for U.S. House. In 2020, the only candidate running against the Republican incumbent was a Libertarian who got 19.04%. This year, the Libertarians are running Colin Duprell for that office. Good luck, Colin. Oh no, I said that was the last article. Actually, here's the last article. I see my other little dot here. New York Democrats decide not to set up a new party. On April 19th, newspapers in New York reported that the state chair of the Democratic Party, Jay Jacobs, intended to support the creation of a new party inside the New York state, the Fair Deal Party. That party would then cross-endorse Democratic nominees. But on April 23rd, Jacobs said he received assurances that the Working Families Party would cross-endorse whomever the Democrats nominate for governor, and that he no longer intended to establish the Fair Deal Party. All right. On to the few I selected in June. As I'm trying to do shorter episodes unless it's something really like in-depth and dramatic. Tomorrow will probably be a longer episode. Okay, New York out-of-state petitioner ban enjoined. On May 3rd, U.S. District Court Judge Brian Cogan enjoined the New York law that bans out-of-state petitioners. The judge issued the order 1 day after oral argument. This is a Libertarian Party lawsuit. Next, Arizona ban on paying petitioners per signature overturned. Good. On May 24th, the Arizona State Appeals Court struck down the law that bans paying initiative petitioners on a per signature basis. Arizona Petition Partner versus Thompson. The decision says the law might be constitutional if it didn't have such draconian criminal penalties and also if it clearly permitted bonuses. The law provides prison terms for petitioners who disobey and for individuals who make the payments. That is pretty draconian, but it's a state. What do you expect? Right? Page 3. South Carolina bans fusion. I didn't know South Carolina had fusion, and now I'm learning they had it and then banned it. All right. On May 13th, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster signed SF 108, which bans fusion, the ability of 2 parties to nominate the same person. South Carolina had been one of only 3 states with disaggregated fusion, where the voter can choose which party label to support. I didn't even know there was a difference with fusion, so this is very interesting. The others are Connecticut and New York. The other fusion states use the type in which a candidate has several party labels, but the ballot has only one place for a voter to vote for that candidate. I'm not going to read this whole thing, and I meant to bring this book down. I'm going to leave this out to remind me that I want to do a short show on this. But he did a book review of libertarianism, John Hosper's, the Libertarian Party's 50th anniversary, and beyond. There are 30 authors that contributed to this book. I am one of them. I have 2 essays in it. So I'd like to bring, I got the hardcover down. It's very exciting. But I forgot, so we won't be covering that in this one. So we'll do a separate show on that. Maybe I'll read my 2 essays out loud. I've read the one on abortion I've done in there several times, but, you know, can't hurt to do it again, especially since that topic has heated up so much with us deleting the abortion plank. And, yeah, that is it for this one. Ooh, under 30 minutes. That is a record. But I just got a pile of work up there to do. All right, everyone. I hope you will join me tomorrow for the LNC update. Again, we'll be covering the issues that will be... There's going to be no motions because it's a special set hearing on Saturday and no motions were noticed. It's just a discussion meeting in preparation, perhaps, it depends, I don't know, for motions to be introduced at the in-person meeting that will be 7 days. Motions could be introduced on Sunday and meet the 7-day notice. Well, it did, JJ, the abortion thing heated up because of SCOTUS, but within the party, it heated up because we deleted the plank. So it might be relevant for me to read my essay again. I wrote it last year. Like more than a year ago. Maybe I even wrote it in 2020. Late 2020, I think, is when I wrote it. All right, so tomorrow we'll be covering the issues surrounding the Libertarian Party of New Mexico. That's the subject of the special LNC meeting on Saturday. No motions to be heard, but a lot of discussion, probably. And also, at least what is anticipated to be on the agenda for the July 30th through 31st in-person LNC meeting in Alexandria. The agenda, it's either due Saturday or Sunday. I think it's due Saturday. But Angela and I are working on it, so it will be out soon. So since I've been working on the draft with her, I know it's anticipated to be on it. And I say anticipated because there's so many agenda items that some things might not make the cut and might get postponed to an email ballot or something like that. There's a lot to do. And I'll probably say this again tomorrow, but one thing that's kind of frustrating to me, even though I'm a person who does this too, only because taking 2 days off of work, you know, back in the day, was very difficult, Friday and Monday. But everyone's spending so much money to go to these in-person meetings and then to only have a half day on Sunday, if you have actual business to do, makes no sense. So I'm really glad that so far of the LNC members that have contacted me privately to let me know their Sunday leave times, because we want to know when we'll lose quorum. Only one person so far is leaving on Sunday. Everyone else is either leaving Monday or they live close enough to drive, so they'll be there however long it takes on Sunday. And that is really unusual. Usually we end up losing quorum about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, this might be an all-dayer on Sunday, and I'm spending a lot of money to go out there. Flying to Virginia, as you know, it's really expensive. The round-trip plane tickets was like $650. So, yeah, I don't want to go for a day and a half. We might as well do 2 full days. We got enough work to do. Let's do it. All right, everyone, that is it for this evening. Once again, let me just end with a little begging. Patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. I would truly, truly appreciate it. But until tomorrow night, and again, sorry for the fuzzy camera. My computer did something weird. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And yes, see you tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Love you all. Let me find my ending screen.
gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business, not because